Hey everyone, we are at Kazoo Technology. We're a Hong Kong company here at Cyberport upstairs. I'm Kendall, the CEO of Kazoo. I'm really excited today because what I'm going to present to you is something different. Something that we firmly believe will fundamentally change the way we interact with the environment and things. Now, this is how businesses today expect us to connect with them. Now, just so we're clear, to snap QR codes for different businesses, we do need to download different apps, except in China. But the problem is nowadays nobody likes to download new apps anymore. The burden to find out information and the need to first do complicated things before finding information should be a thing of the past. Now, the reason why we hate downloading apps or do complicated things is because we are not very attentive. This study by Microsoft showed us that we are now actually less attentive than a goldfish. What that means is any action that takes more than 8 seconds to do, we'll see it as bad user experience, and we'll hate it. So fundamentally, for offline business or things in general, something has to be done. Now, some businesses have realized that this is a problem. People don't like downloading apps. What they do is they place touchscreen devices pre-installed with apps and put it on the premise, like McDonald's, on POS, on dining tables, in shopping malls. And then they spoon-feed content to the consumers. Now the obvious problem is these touchscreen devices don't know who the customer is, so more likely than not, the information displayed is highly irrelevant. I'll give you an example. I go to McDonald's every day at Cyberport. I order pancakes every morning without hash browns. I don't know why I still need to spend like 30 seconds going through the manuals before I can get my food at the counter. So we need something. We need something that identifies who we are quickly on that same screen so that my attention stays there. Now what about this? What about we add a section for people to log in with their username and password on the screen? That's not a problem, right? At that moment, the goldfish inside me comes out and says, no, this is too bad an experience. I don't even remember the password. I mean, even if I do, I don't want to show my password typing to people around me. So something has to be done. This is our solution, the product KCAR Plus. It is a single, universal login device that relies only on a capacitive touch surface to transfer information. It is not NFC technology, not QR code. It only needs a capacitive touch screen to transfer information. Imagine this. The first thing I do when I approach a touch screen on a McDonald's, I tap my card on the screen, it logs me in, load my favorite pancakes and a few recommended items based on user analytics. 2 more finger taps, I go to the pickup line away from my food. That's 5 seconds time. Now KCAR Plus is supposed to be a universal access card for a lot of things equipped with a capacitive touch surface. All these Internet of Things devices and business can immediately enjoy and upgrade to a personalized experience with the addition of this technology. Now, KCAR Plus is 8 to 10 months away in R&D, so today I brought to you our first generation product, KCAR, to show you. This is actually an actual demo app, POS app that we developed with an actual client in Malaysia. It's a donut and coffee shop chain with 80 stores across the country. Because customers would bring these cards into the stores and directly tap on this iPad POS to get discounts and promotion. This is the quotation we quote for the client. Now, our core part of business is in card manufacturing and sales and also API licensing. You see we are generating over 100% margin on card sale. And this first client, as a trial project alone, they want 50,000 cards, and it's just the first client. Now, we're not saying that we're competing with other framing technologies, but we do have a few unique angles to offer. We're intuitive and customizable. In addition, we are also most secure. Notice that NFC, you can sniff that from a distance, but our technology, you cannot. So these are all the other applicable industries that will immediately see a jump in service quality where personalization is introduced. Advertising, events, hospitality, you name it. Starting this year, first 6 months alone, we have engaged clients in all these geographical regions. One interesting point to notice is over 67% of these regions are developing countries. And these are some of the brands we're talking to. We are a Hong Kong company. We incorporated in 2015 Q4. We raised our angel round last year with patents we granted last year. We joined the Nest Infinity Accelerator at the same year. And starting this year, we're going out very aggressively engaging clients. Our fantastic team composes of backgrounds in finance, PhD from Stanford, now professor in Hong Kong, manufacturing and software expert, award-winning designer and advisor from Cyberport. We're looking for about $500,000 US investment to partly fund the R&D effort for K-Cup Plus, and also to fund the production and marketing effort for K-Card business. With your help, we can see a future whereby we can go anywhere and enjoy a personalized experience, perhaps even one without a smartphone. Thank you.
Questions, please.
Thank you for the pitch. Can you just tell us a little bit more about the technology? We've seen a few pitches that are trying to just use no new technology, leverage capacitive touch. Is it based on vibration technology? How does the technology work?
You're absolutely correct. All capacitive touch screens underneath there's a grid of electrodes. So we have invented a way to beam signals into these sensors and translate the signals into meaningful messages.
And you have a patent for that?
Yes, we have. I can show you the patent number afterwards.
Granted?
Yes, US.
Did you say how many sensors? How many sensors
I didn't say number, but it's sensors inside the touch screen.
So with those combinations of touch points, how many combinations of unique IDs you can produce?
That's a very good question. K-Cup Plus actually offers unlimited combinations. I can show you the patent afterwards.
That's challenging my math here, but the question I have is the validation, right? You mentioned there's a Malaysian customer, right? And it's wonderfully done. They want a big order. What have you done for them, and how was the use case made? Because I can see, what's the most convenient tools right now is still mobile phone, right? And you're creating
users want to download the apps. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yes, downloading an app, I still carry one phone, right?
Yeah.
You're creating another thing for a user to carry. And if I lose that, what do you do?
Well,
So can you tell us the use case for that Malaysian client? What is the validation?
That's a very valid question, and that's something that we have been working on for quite a bit of time. And we realized that the whole reason why we are targeting all these developing countries, that mobile is not so popular for them yet. They're still very used to old school kind of card form factor. I think form factor is very important for IoT and wearables because when they're not used to something, people tend to reject the usage of it. So by doing something they're familiar with and upgrading it with something smarter. And the key point here is we're putting the burden to connect on business, not on the consumer having the right gadget, like smartphone and apps to download it to get some information. So I think that's a key point here. So that's why we're focusing on that one first. But down the road, obviously, if there's a chance to, we'd like to have a chance to integrate our technology with cell phone, if that's a chance to.
I think the way I see it as a shopper, what you're offering is really a smarter loyalty card, right? And having maybe multiple brands sit on one card instead of me having to carry many cards. But I agree with with Jason and it's still a card, right? A card for us, for this market at least, we feel like it's almost a nuisance to have to carry a card.
You can see it as our entry strategy. I mean, there's what we offer with a technology company. The form factor we take on, it actually depends, it doesn't have to be a card, but we choose a card for these markets because these are acceptable form factor right now. So down the road, as we develop, we can totally embed it in other phone wearables or in smartphones as well.
I think that's worth exploring. I mean, iOS 11 with the new version, they're saying Bluetooth will always be on, so potentially you'll always have a connection, so everyone will have a unique ID as they walk around. So the form factor may change. It's great that you have a patent on it, but there's, and you're targeting developing markets. Do you see that you would have other applications outside the card technology? Or could you share some examples of that?
Oh yeah, apart from the cell phone idea, actually we toyed around this idea of producing a smartphone case. Technology for it, but that actually is more complicated because you would get yourself into a lot of design considerations whether people like to design or not. So from a cost perspective, it might not make so much sense. But card is something that you can just hide totally in your pocket. You don't like design part, just hide it in your pocket. And most of the time, I think culturally, sometimes we associate a sense of premiums card, like black cards, platinum cards. So depending on design, it could be an object of design.
Thank you very much. And time's up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's put our hands together.